Hello everyone. So one of our favorite products these days are these paint pan, the sets from Derwent. They make a couple different flavors. There's 7 of them. I've heard there's a couple more coming down the pike. But if you have just a couple minutes, I'm going to run you through what makes them different and just a little reminder of why we love these things. So first off, we're going to go with a #1 paint set. Shocker. 12 colors. It does come with a ink black in here. One of my favorite colors is this kiwi. It's just this bright green. Cool thing about this #1 set, it's an Inktense. The Inktense series, whether in pencil form, stick form, or in this pan form, they're pretty cool. They're water soluble, work like a watercolor paint, but when they're down, they are permanent. So if you want to work over the top of something, if you want to put a base coat down, work layers without kind of bringing up that bottom layer like it sometimes happens with watercolor, use these guys. I've even heard of people working on canvas, on fabric, on different materials because they're permanent once they're down. Intense colors. This little set comes with a hard plastic case, comes with this little water brush on here, and it's the original. It's the OG of these Inktense sets. So as I like to think of it as a superhero, the original superhero is Superman, but I don't have the rights to Superman. And these are British, so we're going to call them Marvelman. I have no idea what Marvelman is, if I'm using that correctly. So we're going to call this #1 set the Steve Martin of sets. Why? Well, I like Steve Martin. It's the first autobiography I ever read. I like to call him Steve. I don't know if everybody else does. But Mambo, Dogface of the Banana Patch is actually on my family crest. So we're going to call the #1 set the Steve Martin of sets. Alright, so where do we go after we talk about the OG of the #1 set? How about the #2 set? Shocker. It's also 12 colors. Cool thing about this, they added the white. It's an antique white and a Payne's gray, which is close to black, kind of a cool under tint. Still comes with the water brush. The #2 set, it's actually marketed as being just a little bit brighter of color options. So if you want something a little more vibrant, you can start with this little set. The #1 set is, again, the OG. The reminder on this one, how we're going to think about it, you have those neighbors that have a couple kids next door, and you know one of those kids is a little brighter than the other one. Todd and Tucker. Well, this is the Todd and Tucker of sets. You know, one of them's pretty bright. One of them's a little bit brighter. Yes, and so in the Inktense line, you've got a #1 set, a #2 set. What's the next obvious choice? How about the 24 set? Now this might be a little large if you're going to travel because it's about 10.5 inches long, but again it's this hard case, comes with the sponge, comes with the water brush, 24 colors. It's a mix of everything they make color-wise. And the way I like to think about this, if you have 2 things that you love, let's say you have steak. Ooh, I love steak. Let's say you have a cheese sandwich. Love them both. Hey, how about a Philly cheesesteak? It's the best of both worlds. Gives you all the colors, and again in this nice hard case. Perfect for travel if you want, perfect for home if you want. Next, we're going to step away from the Inktense brand product slightly. Still a Derwent Pan Pastel. This one happens to be metallic colors. Truly 12 cool, vibrant metallic colors. Works great on light colored paper, great for accents, but try this out on any kind of gray tones, a ton of tone papers out there these days, or on any black paper, sparkles. Pretty darn cool. One big change, remember the last 3 sets were Inktense again, permanent ones down. These act more like a traditional watercolor. If you hit them with water, they're going to be water soluble. They're not going to be permanent quite like those Inktense products are. Now the way I think about this, it's British, it has 12 medals. It's just like the British men's field hockey team. Am I right? Next, Graphitint. I don't even know if that word was even in my vocabulary a couple of years ago. Much like the metallics, these guys are going to act like a traditional watercolor. And you'll notice when you look at this, you think, oh, it all kind of looks dark. It's not very interesting. Is it just dark colors? No. So they've taken little bits of graphite and sunk them into this color here so that you get kind of kind of a grayish, muted is the best word I can think of, tone, where it's not going to be vibrant, it's not going to be red, but it's going to be a tone of red that has this little gray side to it, a little dark shadow to itself. Pretty interesting product. The way I like to think about it, our memory device on this one, if we're talking about a gray product, how about English actress Sally Gray? Black and white films, added a little color to life, and she's British, right? So I think it was just about a year and a half, Derwent came out with this next set. It's the Pastel Shades. Don't think I have to get too crazy and explain that one. They're just kind of fun, bright, toned colors. Add splashes of color here and there. It may not work as your only watercolor set because they're kind of bright and frilly colors. Just a couple of my favorites. They do have a coral pink, a pink flamingo, lemon, cornflower blue. These are just fun colors. These aren't your stodgy grandmother's old school watercolors. So much fun. When I hear the list of colors read out, I think of a 1970s Florida 60s plus roller derby team. So these pastel colors, it just screams kind of fun, vibrant, tropical? I don't know. Kind of cool. All right, thank you everyone for making it through to the end. So the 7th set they've come up with, it's the line and wash set. They actually give you the standard 12 set of colors, but they're going to throw in a couple of pens because they're going to think this is your urban sketching set. You're going to take just this one set and go around and draw. You're going to add color. You're going to draw over the top of that. You're going to do whatever you need to do. In this set, because we've talked about all these different flavors, they have 6 Inktense, 4 Graphitint, kind of that grayed, urban, muted tone. That's our fancy word for the Inktense, and a couple of nice pastel colors. All thrown together in this hard case, again with the water brush. And the way I like to think about this, it's British. There are 7 of them. Hey look, it's the Harry Potter books. There's 7 and you hope there's a couple more coming. Spoiler alert, there are a couple more coming, but we'll work on those down the road. I hope you enjoyed that, had some fun with it. If there's any of these sets you want, chase us down. And hopefully we kind of helped you learn what the difference is. Awesome. Thanks a lot.